Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we sift through the corporate jargon so you don't have to. Today we are cracking open a fresh 8K filing from Lineage Incorporated. Seems like just another day at the office, right? Wait until we dive into what the shareholders decided. It looks like they voted on who gets the okay to earn what. Before we start, if you appreciate getting straight insights from corporate documents, make sure you're subscribed. We also have a Discord community linked in the description below if you want to join us. So what's an 8K? It's a report companies file with the Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, to announce major events that could matter to investors. Think of it as corporate show and tell, except instead of a science project, it's things like election of directors and big votes. This particular 8K is all about what happened at Lineage's annual meeting on June 18, 2025. We're talking election results, auditor updates, and even a say-on-pay vote. Alright, let's roll up our sleeves and dig into the real meat of the matter, the shareholder votes. Lineage Incorporated held its annual meeting this year, where stockholders voted on some key issues. This included electing directors, basically choosing who sits on the board and makes big decisions, approving their accounting firm, giving an opinion on executive compensation, and deciding how often they should vote on executive pay in the future. First up is the election of directors. Think of these folks as the navigators of the corporate ship. The shareholders voted to elect all 10 directors, meaning they approved the company's choices for who should lead the company until the next annual meeting in 2026. Here's how the votes broke down. Adam Forsty received 99,018,715 votes, with 19,215 votes with 19,020 votes against. Kevin Marchetti got 26 TC votes against. Kevin Marchetti got 27, 1,000. Jevin 522 against. John Carafuel received 219,084 against. Judge Ron 18,055 votes for and 319,752 against. Joy Folotigo obtained 2019 407,982 votes against. Gregory Juan Carafuel received 2019,042 against. Luke Taylor 5,641 votes for, alongside Fred Hinting 214 and James 223 against. Luke Taylor at 10 bows at 251 votes good and 304 against. Mocha Turney 1 votes against and 1,222 against. Luke in 21 12,246 votes for with 49 for. Essentially, all the proposed directors were elected. Shareholders showed pretty strong support with very few votes against each candidate. This means there's confidence, at least for now, in the company's leadership. Moving right along, let's talk about the auditor. The shareholders were asked to ratify or approve the selection of PricewaterhouseCoopers LT as the company's independent auditor for the fiscal year 2025. This is a check and balance to make sure the company's financial statements are on the level. The results? A landslide victory for PricewaterhouseCoopers. They received 2,558 votes against, with 12,712 abstaining. This is a clear endorsement of the company's choice in financial watchdogs. Now for the juicy part, the say-on-pay vote. This is where shareholders get to give an advisory, non-binding opinion on the compensation of the company's top executives. It's basically a thumbs up or thumbs down on whether they think the big bosses are getting paid too much, too little, or just right. The results show 176 abstaining. The advisory vote passed, but a significant number of shareholders weren't. Thrilled to 4,506 down to 23 votes against, with 14,867, 253 votes against, with 14,816, 223 votes against, with 14,801, 6,201 votes for the executive pay packages. However, there were also 341 votes for the executive pay packages. However, there were also 14,876 abstaining. The advisory vote passed, but a significant number of shareholders weren't thrilled with the executive pay. This could be a sign of potential issues with company performance or governance that need to be addressed. Last but not least, shareholders also voted on how often they should have this say-on-pay vote in the future. They could choose every year, every 2 years, or every 3 years. It gives them more or less control over executive compensation over two. The winner, 1 year with 2,999,461 abstentions, so based on these 681 abstentions. So based on this advisory vote, the board has decided to hold a say-on-pay vote every year, keeping executive compensation in the spotlight. But not least, shareholder say-on-pay vote every year, keeping executive compensation in the spotlight.
So what does it all mean? It seems that shareholders are mostly aligned with the company's direction, given the overwhelming support for the director elections and auditor ratification. However, the considerable number of votes against the executive pay packages suggests some level of discontent. The vote in favour of annual say-on pay votes means that Lineage's leadership will be under constant scrutiny when it comes to compensation strategy. In short, Lineage appears to be sailing smoothly for now. Yet they need to keep a close eye on shareholder sentiment regarding executive compensation to avoid potential storms in the future. Alright, that's our breakdown of Lineage Inc.'s latest filing. What's your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? And are the bosses getting paid too much? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps. And subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.